out the tree before the shakes. Don't lose so many feathers when you hit the ground. Stuck thinking but can't remember. I'm up front and center. Cut my fingers with a knife. They broke a nail and it has grown back. Canary with the voice, cage with the lock. Not gonna say what I want. Jump out the tree before the shakes. Don't lose so many feathers when you hit the ground. Stuck thinking but can't remember. Come up front and center. Cut my fingers with a knife. We broke a nail and it hasn't grown back. Canary with the voice, cage with the lock. Not gonna say what I want. Jump out the tree before the shakes. Don't lose so many feathers when you hit the ground. Stuck thinking but can't remember. Come up front and center. Open my eyes and the ocean. I want to see past the water.
Oh, it ended.
Alrighty, beautiful people. I just want to let you guys know we got Crash Bandicoot 2 coming up right now from the Insane Trilogy. Just, what is it, like $2.23 away from getting the Animal Showcase. I know you guys can make it happen. Please do. We're so close. That's like $3 and we got it. That's more content for you, for me, for everybody. Plus, that money goes to help the children. And if you don't have money, I know you have channel points. If you guys want to unlock another... Sorry, something went wrong with my computer there. Another episode of Speedrun Insider, the podcast. Just use up those channel points. You can donate 2,000 per stream. I know you guys have been watching here. There's like 68 of you in chat right now. Just go ahead and click on that channel donation points. I'm going to do my part right now. Bam. We're at 76% raised for that. Let's make it happen, people. Teamwork! And just remember, guys, every dollar that we donate goes to save the children. They've already changed the lives of over 1 billion children worldwide. Let's aim for 2 billion. That's all I'm saying. Help the children out. And every dollar that you donate can be used to get us more content on SDAT 2021. I know you guys want to see more stuff. Like I said, we're just a few dollars off of the Animal Showcase for Crash Bandicoot 2 and the Insane Trilogy. We're almost there, people. I want to see those donations coming in. If you don't want to donate towards the Animal Showcase, I'll be a little bit hurt. But tomorrow, we still got like a full day for this one. There is the Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer. We're trying to hit hard mode. Now, I've seen this run before. I don't think I've ever seen hard mode though, so I know it's already entertaining. Let's make it extra entertaining. We're at $86.50 out of 500, but we can easily hit that. We all know we're gonna crack 4K. It's gonna happen. Before the end of my shift, we're gonna hit 3,800, so I can keep my job, according to CJ. I know you guys are gonna make it happen. Please make it happen. We can do this. And let's not forget, once we hit 4K, there's apparently, hopefully this is true, it's looking pretty awesome. It's SpeedDocs director commentaries for the entire backlog. Now this I would watch for sure. But on top of that, CC and CJ are going to have to come up with even more milestones for us to reach, because it looks like that's the last one. But we all know we're going to hit 4K before the end of this weekend. Let's make it happen, and let's force them to find more stuff for us to do. We already got CJ that kazoo, which I know he's on the hunt for right now. I overheard this. Apparently, kazoos are in very high demand at the moment, though. CC over here saying, you don't even know Crunchy Brown. Oh, listen. I want to know, CC. But can we hit 4K before the end of the night, Quo asks? I'm going to say absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind that we can do it. That's only $220 away. Come on, people. I'm going to like what you have lined up. Of course I will. Because everything SpeedDocs does is quality. If you guys haven't checked out SpeedDocs, please do. Check them out on YouTube. Follow this channel. Nothing but goodness. And like CC said, let's get some donos! Open up your hearts, people. Open up your wallets. And please donate for great causes. We're, again, $2.23 away from this animal showcase. Somebody dump their wallets in right now.
बहुत अच्छा लगता कि मेरी बेटी पहले से कमज़ोर थी, अभी नॉर्मल में वो ये खेलती है, बोलती है, चलती है।
وين مرتا وين تمرق مرارة بلوا إخاجي داون.
والعظم يعني الناس كامل يعني يقولوا لي مش تعيش البنت يزنوا يعملوا كل شيء الحمد لله.
All right, people, we are ready for Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex strikes back. GaffeyTaffy, please take it away. Actually, let me just see if we've hit the donation incentive here. And I really hope we have.
Yeah, let me know.
We have! Whoa, complete.
Hey, already.
Alrighty. Let me just...
Since I've been setting up, I have not been able to see. Where are we at?
So we overachieved here.
Ooh.
We're sitting at $183.67 out of $176. So,
oh geez,
Animal Showcase is gonna be great.
Okay.
We did it, chat.
Well, hi, cute chat. First off, I'm happy to see a lot of familiar names. I'm glad you guys decided to, show up, support the boy. A little bit about what we're doing for bonus incentives, which you guys have clearly already hit. The Animal Showcase is going to go through the other two games because they're all very different, and just show off the speed tech of the variety of animals that we have here. And they're very cute. Animals are cute. So I'm glad you guys want to see it. Now, as far as oh hey, I guess I'll do this. If we do happen to reach 4K during my run, then I will also be dyeing my hair, join in the solidarity with CC.
Let's go.
If you're wondering, hey, why are we playing the Crash game again? That is because Crash is very different across all three of the runs. In fact, they're almost entirely different games, except for the engine is very similar. So you guys got to see Crash 1 yesterday, which is very methodical, precise. You just have to play it very carefully. C2 is, it's very fast, very technical. I love it. It's an insane game. So I'm hoping to show off some really cool things. And I am with the wonderful Clock District doing co-commentary with me.
Hello.
But I'm about ready. Whoever's on time, once I press new game, we get going. So I figure let's jump right into it. 3, 2, 1, go. Starting off, we're going into Tutorial Island, and as it turns out, you don't need to do it. So as soon as we load in, just start mashing triangle, skip the cutscene, wait for those blue loops to go to your feetsies, and then exit. Like I said, this is a very technical game, so I'm going to try and show it off real quickly in the beginning. Unlike Crash 1, you have sliding, which ends up introducing a whole nother world of mechanics. Once we load in here, you're going to see, oh hey, you're playing the game for the first time, you can walk. Walking's cool. You can slide. Sliding's alright. Slide jumps, sure. Now what we're going to do is a super slide spin, or what we called it in the game is a hob slide, which I'll let Clock explain.
Yeah, so as Gaffey said, hob slide's basically a super slide spin. Essentially, if you do a slide spin jump and then you touch the ground while you're still spinning, the game just launches you forward, and you can chain them together pretty much as long as you can hold them. It's best to do it on a raised surface. It is possible to do it on some other surfaces, but raised surfaces are kind of the go-to for most runners here. You can do it in Crash 2. You can also do it for about half of Crash 3. After about the halfway point, you can't do it anymore, and of course you can't do it in Crash 1. Also, one other thing, Gaffey was talking about the Tutorial Island. To exit that straight away, you just press the back button or the options button when you're in the pause menu, because that counts as a quit, according to this game.
Now, for the bonus incentive that we kind of just did in chat that wasn't a real thing, but I got harassed into it, once we get to Warp 2, we'll actually have the ability to switch to Coco. So we're going to do that, because you guys are awesome. I've actually never played this game as Coco because it's just added time loss. So why would you? But it'll be neat.
Because Coco's the best character in the game. What do you mean?
I second that.
I mean, I agree. In this game, she's alright. Crash 4, she has a redemption arc.
Yeah, unfortunately we won't see Coco until the second hub in this game. So we get a little bit of time to play as Crash.
What you're going to see much different in this game compared to like the first game, for example, is that you're just dropped into a hub world and you have the choice of 5 levels to go to versus Crash 1 where it was very linear. You go one level into the next. That makes the speedrun very interesting in some cases where you want to use triple mass to do just no damage, super zooms through an area. in this level at the beginning, you may have noticed, by doing the super slide spin, or hob slide, which I'm going to refer to it as now, from now on, you can actually just completely skip over some of these holes because of Crash's hitbox, which is a very nice little pill, and just the pure momentum that you hold. As far as Warp 1 goes, it actually works out very well that you just go from level 1 to level 5. But the whole concept of any percent is you get to skip the boxes, you go through all 25 levels, collect 25 gems, beat 5 bosses, and you're good to go. We want to stop Cortex, he's way up at the top. You'll see a similar theme throughout similar levels, so like this is the first of the jet boards, which not too terribly interesting, just try and take good lines, not fall into whirlpools or hit mines.
Hey, they might be boring, but they have some banging music in them, let's be honest.
That is true. As far as
You
the
guys all right
music
if I
goes,
read some donations?
oh, for sure, get them in there. This is perfect
Absolutely.
time.
So this is from a little bit earlier, but we had Spicy with $10 donation saying, "Let's help Crunchy keep his job." Thank you so much, guys. We finally hit 3,800. We're actually at 3,805. And then we have CJ, Auntie, and Unk saying, supporting a great cause. Thanks for everyone's time to volunteer, and they donated $15. Thank you so much, guys.
The whole CJ family has been so generous throughout this whole event. Thank you, guys.
I love it. Absolutely,
Yeah, we love it. We love the CJ family.
Now, you may have seen at the end there, and it's going to come up one other time, there was a nice shiny gem right in the center. Very appealing. You actually want to skip it just because you get extra dialogue cutscenes, and nobody wants that. So you have to go out of your way to skip the pretty shinies.
Yeah, but it's pretty shiny, though.
It is pretty shiny.
Do we at least get a green gem in this game?
No, not even a green gem.
Oh. Okay, well, And Crash 1's definitely better then.
The clock sounded so hurt by that.
I am. I love the green gem.
How do you love failing the green gem?
Oh, I don't fail the green gem.
Oh, okay, true.
I fail everything else instead.
Just toxic waste.
Yeah. So one thing that Gaffey has talked about, he's talked about triple mask form, which you can see him have here. For those of you who didn't see my run or have not played Crash Bandicoot before, there's a bunch of boxes around the level. They give one for free, but they sometimes might have a little mask on them, and his name is Aku Aku. Without Aku Aku, you have basically no health. You die as soon as you get hit. If you get an Aku Aku box, you have a little mask following you. You get one hit that you can tank. You get him again, you get a second hit. If you get a third Aku Aku mask, you get triple mask form, which gives you invincibility and a little bit of extra walking speed. The funny thing is, in Crash 1, the Aku Aku mask form is the fastest form of movement, but in Crash 2, hob sliding is even faster.
Something really cool, and shoutouts to the developers. In the original game, back on the PlayStation 1, if you did a slide jump while spinning, you got extra height, and so you got to go farther and higher than you're originally intended to. The devs in this game, they've made a lot of questionable decisions, but in this one, they also decided to somehow keep it in the game, which is really cool. It lets you do things like skipping those mole hills, where normally you're supposed to go and actually fight a bunch of the moles and wait for a jump pad. Instead, we just jump right over them, if you can. It's a little iffy sometimes.
Also, welcome to the first chase level that we have in this run. As you can see, it's another variety on various levels. Instead of just running away from the camera, we're going towards the camera here while we have a massive boulder on us. Gaffey, do the masks get taken away just like in Crash 1?
They do. Awesome. I'm starting. Ooh. That can happen. If you slide jump, you'll go too far, but not far enough for the second platform. And if you go right off of a hob, you lose a lot of your moving forward momentum. So it was just a little bit bad timing on my part there, but luckily minor death just because checkpoint was right there. And coming up, we have the first boss of the game, And although the platforming is fantastic, the boss design leaves a little to be desired. So this one is an auto-scroller, which I call the time tax, because resetting in Warp 1 is very common. And so having to do this boss over and over and over, it hurts a little bit. So if we have anything we want to plug, now would be the time. He's going to jump in the same spots every time, so you got a couple minutes.
I actually just had a quick question for you. On the, when you were being chased by the boulder, every now and then you would run backwards. Is that, like, to prevent the game from soft locking or something?
No. So you move farther than the boulder, but like we were talking about with the super slide spins,
Right.
you need to go onto an elevated surface. So going back up the hill so you can initiate that tech is faster than
gotcha.
just slide spinning throughout the place.
Okay, I thought you were waiting for the boulder.
In OG, you actually need to, because PlayStation 1 limitations for like actual box crushing. But in this one, nope, just go fast.
Gotcha.
I wonder if Gaffey's talking smack about my boy Ripperoo.
I mean, he's great, of course.
Why
my
would you?
Australian heart is hurt.
Ripperoo's like the best boss.
It's like, watch, I'm gonna do this next part blindfolded. It's insane. Wow.
Do
I'm killing it.
Ripperoo and then Dingo Dial. That's the other one that I absolutely love. Give those guys a raise.
Sadly, he's not represented here, but everybody loves Dingo.
My heart.
Yeah. It's okay though, because we get to see Dingo soon. We get to see him in the next run.
Beautiful. I'll be there.
It's super exciting. Very different from this run, from Crash 1. I highly recommend everybody stick around for Crispy Taco's run. That is a beautiful mess of a game. And here we have the second chase level. Very similar, so pretty much Warp 1.5. You can
Gaffey,
wind up
what
losing a lot of time.
You went past the Coco thing.
Oh, yeah, just yell at me after this level. My monkey
Oh,
brain,
yell at you, don't worry.
it's so used
Yeah.
to doing the same thing 300 times.
Chat
So
in shambles.
For those of you who missed the start of the run, we bullied Gaffey into playing as Coco for this run, as he is the only Crash runner of this marathon who hasn't put it as a bid war. Ooh, an unfortunate death.
You know, I never actually get that that hob that initiated it, so it's kind of rare that I ever get to go for that, and it's pretty tight, so it's kind of
So-
free since the checkpoint's right there. It's not a huge deal.
Would you say that's never happened before?
I wish I could say
Classic
that. That happens
marathon?
every time that I get that. But you got to go for these things, right? To get a big
Exactly, it's a
PB.
marathon.
hmm
And you will PB.
Oh yeah, of course.
Not only will you PB, this will be a deathless. This will be a deathless run. Just ignore what happened about a minute ago.
It's actually one of the targets. It says here, if we hit 4K by the end of this run, it's going to be a PB.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
It's
nice.
totally free.
Absolutely what it is.
By the way, remember Coco.
Good call, because I was about
Please do.
actually. All right, so I'm gonna pick it up, but it's gonna force us off of her anyway for the polar level.
Oh, well.
So I'm gonna wait until after that, just so we don't have to go through the animation of her just sitting in front of the portal like a
Okay.
goob.
So what you're saying is you really want a PB?
No. I mean, yes, of course, if we get 4K.
True. Get donating, people.
If you PB after having picked Coco, that's basically world record.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you really think about it.
Oh yeah.
So Polar's really cool. My chat, we know Polar's the best animal. We love Polar. He's probably the most interesting as far as the animals do go. His boost is fast. However, if you just press boost and wait it out, it has a cooldown at the end. So, to mitigate having to wait for that cooldown, you want to jump pretty much at the end of your boost, the best way possible. And sometimes the environment makes it a little hard to do that. So you're trying to maintain the boost and then jumping whenever is at the last possible moment. And of course, speed runs, so you take the best lines, that sort of thing. You guys will get to see the arguably worse animals once this run is over. Naughty Dog, bless them, they weren't very creative with the name. So his name is actually just Polar.
And then they've got Pura in Crash 3.
Mm-hmm. Pura, and I almost forgot about it. And I remembered when I was actually making the incentive. Oh yeah, Baby T.
Oh yeah, true, Baby T. I forgot about that. Baby T.
He's easily forgettable. And I'll show why later.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna say it.
Oh, I'm having some awesome stutters.
Wait, did you forget Coco?
Maybe.
Hey, Gaffey, remember when like you told me to yell at you to get Coco, and then I yelled at you to get Coco, and you got Coco, and now you're not switching to Coco.
I have monkey brain, but you know what? For that, I'll jump in the water out of sadness. Definitely not as an intentional death, so that way I can show off this swag strat. Oh, frame perfect. So hard. But we jumped off the mine to take the secret exit out of here. I did just for you guys. I don't even do that in runs.
Amazing. I love it.
And I'm 100% overselling how hard that is.
Yeah, this game does have some secret endings scattered throughout the game, and then they take you to what is basically like a Warp 6, which is underneath Warp 1.
Oh wait, I already picked her up. True.
Just go again.
All I had to do was press R2 that whole time.
Yep.
He did it for chat.
So yeah, now we're Coco. She performs similarly, in fact entirely the same, except for her like spin animation. The sound for it's a little off, which throws me off a little bit. But look at her go. Isn't she just adorable?
She's just the best.
It's what the people want.
Exactly. People paid for this. Also, one fact about Coco is nothing actually changes about the run when you get Coco. The only thing that really changes is the fact that you have to like wait to kind of pick her up. And then there'll be a few levels where the game will force you to play as Crash. But apart from that, there's physically nothing that actually stops you from picking up Coco and just doing exactly the same as you do when you play as Crash.
All right, so the next level coming up is actually the first time we're going to see where choosing your level order matters. So some levels take away your mask, and some they give you ample masks. Snowbiz we go to after leaving Air Crash because it gives you way too many masks. And we're going to go to our first sewer level, which has way too many obstacles in it, and if you played this game casually, it might have been kind of difficult. So what we're going to do is actually skip this first one at the beginning, which is a nice backup to have as well. But we're going to pick up the second of the mask forms here, so that way we can get triple mask form when it's really important.
And we've got a little bit of a chat incentive here. CJ says, if you donate $5, he'll blow the train whistle.
Oh yeah, bring it.
People.
I can see him sitting in another voice channel ready to go. I can imagine him with the train whistle already.
Oh
you know,
yeah.
he's just fiending to do it too.
Oh, look! After I heard it a couple of times before this run, he's ready.
The whistle's a good idea.
Absolutely, and it looks like we've got a lot of Coco fans in chat. For the Crash Bandicoot 4 run, we've already got Coco ahead of Crash by $50.
Now, what makes me even happier with that is I know that Crispy Tacos does not like to play as Coco. So,
beautiful.
I'm even happier.
I think that makes everybody happier, really. And then we've got a couple of new incentives here. So there's the Donkey Kong Country 2 unveiled Kong color. There is Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, Eevee's name, and apparently I'm in there, so, you know, donate for Crunch Brown. Let's go. And there's also Pokemon Let's Go Eevee rival names. So if you guys go through those, you can see there's quite a few names in there, including Quo, CC, Animated Elf, myself, Leroy Jenkins, Spicy Buns, Vaporeon. Let's go, people.
Yeah, who doesn't want an Eevee named Crunchy Brown?
I want one.
Right?
I know, right? You know, I'm gonna log on to Pokemon Go right now and rename my Eevee.
Let's go, Clock.
This is our second boss, and almost just as uninteresting as the first one. The first, like, phase of it, you can just stand in one place and not have to worry about it. And the other times, you're just dodging the Komodo brother spinning, dodging swords, and whacking the one brother into the other brother. And wow, we're done.
Poor Komodo bros.
Now, what I didn't expect was after we left the last level, the game forced me to switch as Crash for the cutscene, then switched me back to Coco automatically, and then to enter the boss, it switched me back to Crash, and now it forced me back to Coco. I haven't done any switches that entire time. Okay, yep, back to Crash. Cutscene, back to Coco.
Yep.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
The game just doesn't want to decide.
Great incentive. I see why nobody plays her in the speedrun.
It's literally the only issue with Coco. If there wasn't like a time loss from the game just forcing you to do that, I think a lot more people would play as Coco.
Oh yeah, for sure.
She's just so cute.
Here again, we have another timer in the corner. This is what caused that gem to spawn at the end that we have to ignore. And because it's a speedrun, we have to ignore it again. What's kind of nice here, and fortunately I kept a mask, but the plants here, if you just go straight through, they will snap you. So you have to take a certain line to make sure they don't. And then if you do lose your mask, you have to actually take out all of these plants, which is slow plant food. Nobody likes slow plant food. So luckily we kept, well, 2, but at least 1, so we could just damage abuse through there. Oh, coming up, I'm pretty sure it's going to force me to crash, but we are going to both one of my favorite levels and one of my least favorite levels. Unbearable, which the pun game in Crash 2 is strong. So it's both a chase level and a mini polar level. And if you play it well, you can pretty much hopslide throughout the majority of this level, which is really cool. And I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to go for the legendary third hole skip, which is not through that fence. And it worked, holy cow. So by doing that, it lets me hob through this and, oh well, unless you clip the fence. It would let you hob through this entire section, which is really fast compared to just slide spinning. Shoutouts to Sony, who isn't really actively running right now, but only a few months ago he found like a spot on the hill that makes it way more consistent, so it's really cool, the Sony spot.
That has a good ring to it.
That's the PG version anyway. Now, I kind of wish they told us why Big Bear is chasing us on Little Bear. I just assume it's like Mom is super angry at us. But this game's lore isn't that deep.
Didn't you ever learn in school that the mama bear eats the baby bear?
They eat the baby bear?
Yeah.
No way.
Did you know that?
No?
Yeah.
Why would they
Yeah.
have a baby just to eat the baby?
Because it's a snack you can store away later.
Oh my god. No.
I don't think that's how it works.
I was gonna say, don't we have like a veterinarian expert in here? Give us the facts.
Yeah, don't trust Clock on this. Like he's
Maybe in Australia, you know, their nature's wild. It's built different.
Maybe Australian bears function that way. I think that's the thing.
You gotta remember, we're a different breed down here.
I love it. I got to actually showcase. So this game is in fact 3D, even on these 2D sections. And since your character has a pill hitbox, I was actually able to just kind of skirt around that TNT, which is something I've been trying to do in runs a lot more recently for no real reason. You could just jump over, but the flex, I guess.
The pill hitbox is a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Tongwei giveth, Tongwei taketh away.
Exactly. And hey, if we can use the pill hitbox for swag strats, we're gonna do it.
And we just got a $15 donation from Spicy saying, "You know I'm going to vote for myself." I absolutely knew you were going to vote for yourself.
Of
Spice.
course.
Don't worry. 100%.
If it's not spicy, hope to see a lot of spicy riots.
Hang on, does $15 mean that we get 3 blows of the train whistle from CJ?
It does now. I'm making that official.
You heard it here.
That's right, folks. That is 1 whistle per $5.
Hey, all he said was $5 and a whistle. He didn't say that he's going to do it multiple times or do it once.
Oh.
Choo choo.
Right on time.
Thank you so much, CJ.
Oh.
Thank you, Spicy, for making that happen.
I'm kind of kicking myself, so anybody that has played this game, I have atrocious analog right now, and I wish I would have play tested that first, but here we are.
So is that a problem with your controller, or what's
The game is kind of built on spaghetti, so every time you boot your game, it decides it wants to read your controller a different way, and you just have to reboot it several times to get it to hold. When you hold forward, you go forward.
That sounds incredibly
yep, really good.
bad. Yeah.
Saying the game is built on spaghetti is giving it a lot more than it deserves.
Yeah. Now, for anybody that may be wondering, man, you say a lot of bad things about this game. Why do you run it? I question the same thing. It's just kind of like, I don't know, speedrun crack. It just feels so wrong, but so right at the same time.
That's definitely just a speedrunner thing. I think every runner ends up hating the games that they run.
I kind of wish I got into the OG more, but just the barrier to entry is kind of high. Like, since the PAL version is significantly better since they just made it faster because of 50 hertz reasons, you'd have to get a PAL console, then a PAL copy of the game. So you're looking at like $150 entry just to play one game. And this one, I was just stuck in quarantine last year, and my buddy runs BK, like a real life friend, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool. What seems like an easy game to get into? And this one was like, I already own it on Steam. All you have to do is hold forward through levels. How hard could it be? And it turns out very, very hard. I was going to start with C3, but there's like some tech that is just kind of intimidating to new people. It wound up being easy, but you don't learn that till later. So C2 it was, and because of the vehicles in C3, I think C2 is the perfect fit for me anyway, so it all worked out. But we are done with Warp 3 levels. Oh, and switch to Coco, just so we can switch back to Crash at Tiny's Gate. Cool. He also does not function, so if I get any sort of blesses in the chat, that would be awesome. He loves to just not go where he's supposed to go. Like, he's supposed to chase you, but he also likes to just double jump in place, completely cut corners, go wherever he wants, and if you die to him, I mean, it's just a run reset since it's a couple minutes. Also a good time for more donation things.
So no new donations yet. Sorry, guys. I just had a bit of a situation with my dogs. They're wrestling. I think they're shouting out Coco, but I just want to make sure I'm not disrupting anyone's ears.
Well,
Which,
hey,
by the way,
it
are
all
you not
worked out.
supposed to be Coco right now? Is that...
I don't have a choice on the bosses and like the polar levels.
Gotcha.
It switches you.
All right.
But I think that's until Warp 5. That should be the last one we have to worry about for switches. So that's cool.
Yeah. I think there's nothing in Warp 4 that will give us any trouble with playing as Crash.
Now you may think, as the game progresses, it gets more difficult. In this game, they decided, no, let's not do that. So Warp 4 is the hardest part of this run. This is where all your good runs come to die. And we start off with the B levels, which, as you can see, oh look, that ground's a little bit different color. The intended mechanic is bees come chasing you, you go burrow for safety. We are going to hopefully go fast enough that bees aren't an issue. With slide spins, you can just outrun them. Heck, with even slide jumps, you can just outrun them. With hobs, you don't even see them.
And if you hit the electric fence, you'll definitely see them.
Yeah, true.
He was just doing it for the people who might not have seen the bees because he was going.
Yeah,
so
I'm trying to
fast.
showcase the bees. That's what it is.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
part
technically
of the
part of the
animal
animals.
showcase.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I got it now.
It was all planned.
Oh. Controlling things.
Wait, did Coco just explode?
She fell, more accurately.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I just saw it. With our shoes and her book up in the air.
Yeah, her shoes and
Some
her
of the death
laptop,
animations are
kind of
pretty good.
went upwards.
You hope not to show them off, but they are pretty good.
It's a bit of a play on the original Crash falling animation, where like he falls down and then when he hits the ground, his shoes like fly up into the air.
Ugh. And I kind of love this is the second and thankfully last of the ruin levels. They, like in the last warp, are those 2D platforms more than anything. And in this one, they decide to put in rotating pillars, which everybody tends to have this issue in the game. The depth perception is just not there. Plus, you try to make great cycles, so you're really pressing your luck with some of these jumps. Aptly named, we've kind of nicknamed them the Tilted Towers, both for the kids' Fortnite reference. And they're tilting, because you do all this work just to die to a little rotating pillar.
So if you miss the Tilted Towers, can you say that we're dropping at Tilted Towers?
We do drop at Tilted Towers, yep. I'm gonna go for the good cycle. Oh my god, I mailed it. That's awesome, actually. I didn't think I was going
So are
to.
they a global cycle or a local one?
Local to that checkpoint that you hit right before it.
Okay.
Oh my god, those like rotating pillars gave me anxiety.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie, my heart drops literally every time I do this, and I've probably done that over 100 times.
Yeah. There's also a couple of areas in Crash 1 where you can't really see where you're going and you have to make a jump like that.
Too scary for me.
Oh, I just realized Ruination makes you change to Crash, but why? Oh, there was a cutscene. Never mind. The cutscene made me change.
Well, I mean, it would be weird if Coco was talking to Coco.
I've seen weirder things in these games.
I think Gaffey's just trying to ignore Coco as much as he can.
Yeah, considering how hesitant he was to accept the 3750.
So I got God Cycle coming in here, and that's a little scary because you have to maintain that hob past those barrels. And just the way the physics works, it's a little scary because if you don't get mass, you don't get to show off how cool this is. Climbing monkey bars is slow. So because of triple mass form, we just don't. We're gonna hop slide on the lava pipes. Making that trivial. Nice. Actually, so if we got rid of, you know, the beginning, maybe me throwing a little bit, this would be an insane pace. And all the Coco skips, or skipping.
Yeah, we could say it's well, it hasn't been a deathless run. But,
Well, that's true, that's
you know,
true. But no, nothing like major. This is very similar to Unbearable, one of my favorite and least favorite levels, because it can depend on how well you play, right? But you theoretically can zoom throughout this level. But if it goes poorly, oh, it's the worst level ever. Again, we get to actually utilize that triple mass form to just go past these lasers, go past, and you don't want to hit the boost, go past the plants, go past the tikis. I actually went through the zipper. I don't know why. I never do that in runs anyway. But hey, for the kids, for the swag.
So if you're wearing the mask, you can just go through the electric fences.
Yeah.
You're completely invincible, right? Okay.
It's very nice. You're completely invincible.
Yeah, with the triple mask form. If you have 1 or 2 masks, you get like 1 or 2 hits, but just normal movement. But with the triple mask, you get faster, like running movement. You're completely invincible, and you can just run through enemies and stuff.
And I'm guessing it only lasts for like a certain amount of time.
Yeah, as long as the
there's a
song
little-
lasts, which I can't remember the time. It's like 15 seconds or something.
Yeah, it seemed about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there's a little bit of music that plays, that like replaces the actual level music whenever you get the triple mask form.
Ooh, well, that's the hard part of Warp 4. So we just have one more level to go through, which has the only death route we actually take. Which, as the name implies, if you don't take a death, hey, and it says it on the screen. If you don't take a death up to that point, you can actually take a platform, which can take you to a special gym, which is needed for full completion. But in our case, since we're doing any percent, it's just actually faster to go through that than it is to go through the rest of the level. You want triple mask here because it's really nice, but it's not required. Just because there's extra ones coming up, I'm actually gonna just hit this TNT real quick. And through we go. Oh, I see. There we go.
Just a quick reminder, guys, we are now sitting at $3,820. You're all doing amazing. But TJ has just told me if we don't make $3,900 by the end of my shift, I'm fired again. So we're gonna have to push those numbers up. I know. He's rough. Not gonna lie, man. It's really hard working for CJ. But here we are. You guys can make it happen. I'm sure you can. Remember that every dollar you donate goes to save the children for a great cause. But on top of that, we get to gather up some more money for incentives. So that's more content for you guys to view. And in some ways, we're also torturing the runners by making them play Coco. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's a good time all around.
Torturing? It's a blessing.
Depends who you ask.
Yeah, true.
Ooh. Alright, so this is engine, and comparatively to the original game, they double their health pool on these arms, which you just keep mashing square, throw the Wumpa Fruit at the big glowing orange parts until the boss is no longer there. So it takes a fairly boring concept and then makes you do it for a little bit longer, which is cool.
One funny thing about this boss fight in the original game, instead of throwing the Wumpa Fruit, Crash would just make the Wumpa Fruit appear in front of him.
Oh yeah, there's no
there
throwing animation.
There's no throw. In the original game, it just appears and just starts moving towards the boss.
We do have mass. There is, at the end, you can one cycle this big laser phase, take a damage hit. It was recently found if you stand in a specific spot, you know, that pill we were talking about, you can actually not even take damage and just take the boss down. So I'm going to try it. It's not something I've actually practiced, so we'll see how it goes, but worth a shot. I think I might be a little too far to the side. Yeah, unfortunate. It's like a specific spacing. And boss gone. Alright, so I kind of played it a little safe there. We do have 2 mass, which comes very in handy coming into the next warp room. There's one level in particular that if you do not have triple mass, you have to wait on so many cycles. So we're fortunate here that we do have it, so we're going to go straight to piston it away. The first of the, like, well, for lack of better words, they piston levels. All future, spacey, stuff like that. So we're going to get triple mass, which just keeps all the cycles where they're in the up position, so you can just kind of smooth through it. This is probably the most high-tech level there is, just since very optimally, you can go really far with this, but it's really difficult. If I make it past those pistons, I'm a happy camper. We're also set up to get the next triple mask, which is very cool.
I would also like to say that there's some more Coco fanatics coming into the chat now throughout the run.
Hell yeah,
Which is
where
nice
my
to
Coco
see.
fans at?
Coco army is very strong. And she's still in the lead by $50 for Crash 4. So it's
Nice,
looking like
very nice.
it's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure, unless someone wants to donate for Crash, in which case, feel free.
In which case, you'll have a lot of people who don't like you.
Which in some situations can be even more incentive to do it.
So, spaced out can be very difficult to a casual new player, and it's because a lot of the hitboxes are just deceiving, like the squid bots. Their animation does not match up with their active hitbox. So, it's very funny to me, and if you're one of these people, I'll just apologize right away. But if you casually play this game, I may have watched you play through this level and seen your misery and pain, and it's hilarious. I don't know if I just got bouncing nitroed or if I landed on it. Another really cool game design. They took the nitro bounce that the original game had and boosted up to 11. So they jump up higher than you can physically bounce as the character, or jump as the character. So you can get really unlucky and just get hit by the nitros just because the game decided it was your time.
You know, I only learned very recently that you can spin those blue spheres.
Oh, really? Yeah, see, something like
Yeah.
that's makes the game a lot more difficult.
Yeah, it made that last jump very difficult for me.
But that is the challenging part of the game down. Next, we just have 3 jetpack levels, which is going to force us to crash for the rest of the game, sadly. This first one is Pack Attack, and you get to just hold X, and it's really nice. If you do learn, you know, where to go for everything, and that's pretty much all you can do is just memorize the level. You get to just hold X through this one, and it's really nice. Before, just because you would take that damage abuse on engine, you would have to go to either this or Night Fight. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot Night Fight existed, because that's normally the first level I go to. So I guess we're doing Night Fight after. With triple mask, question mark?
Apparently.
I've never tried it, but hey, we might as well see what's up. I can't imagine it saves any time. It's probably a hindrance to time, just because of the animation.
Another quick little comparison to the OG Crash 2. Those walls and the fire shields, I think they are, in the original game, if you can get out of the jetpack, you can literally just walk right through them.
Sadly, no one has discovered jetpack lists for this game yet, so if any of you do, that would be great.
Just refreshing here. No new donations, but we are at 3820. People, we need to hit 4,000 before the end of my shift. Actually, it's 3,900 before the end of my shift. But if we make it 4,000 before the end of my shift, I'm sure CJ won't complain.
Before I finish, I did say 4K I would be dyeing my hair whatever color my chat decides. I'm going to put a poll up in Discord. So there's a little bit of time left in there. It's up to you guys.
A little bonus incentive. That's only $180, people. We can make that happen.
For
very
the children.
easily.
Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, you can't double slide with triple mask, so this was definitely the wrong choice.
So this level's a pretty interesting one, similar to the level Lights Out in Crash 1. You have a light source that doesn't last forever. You pick up these little fireflies, you carry them with you, and then after a while they kind of just zoom off to like a predefined ending area.
I thought about doing a bit of a meme donation or incentive before to go through this with no dragonfly, like right now. And on the screen, you can't tell that I can't really see. But this game was much more generous than the original, and you can actually still see, even in the dark. So it's a bit of a meme between runners. Like, oh no, it's so difficult. How am I ever going to do this? Oh wait, my monitor just lets me see anyway.
Yeah, in the original, this was pitch black if you lose the little flies.
Okay, now the final level. And then we go to fight Cortex. How exactly getting 25 crystals says, oh hey, we can beat the boss now, I'm not too sure. But, yep, game design.
Wait, so it just lets you through?
What?
Like, do you not need like a certain amount of them to get
You
through?
do. You have to get all the crystals, but like, why story-wise, it'd be like, oh, hey, He's right
Oh,
there,
gotcha.
but you need these crystals to go fight the boss.
Right.
It's like, yeah, well, it wouldn't be a very interesting game, I guess, if it was the other way around.
Or you could get all the gems and unlock the secret ending.
Secret ending? What is that? Completing the game? Never heard of it.
What's a complete? What's 100%?
I'm kidding. I've run it a couple times. It's just difficult, so I haven't spent a lot of time on it. My chat knows I tend to only run sequels, and I only run any percents. Don't know why. It's just kind of worked out that way. But alright, we are coming up to the final boss. The end trigger is going to be whenever we pick up the shoes power-up and press X on it. And perhaps the most disappointing final boss of almost any game I've ever played. He is the easiest final boss. Or even just the easiest boss in this game, which says a lot because Ripperoo exists. But you just fly up next to him, and when there's those nice red exclamation marks on the screen, you press square. Challenging.
Is it even possible to fail?
Yes?
I guess if you hit the rocks, yeah.
If you hit all the rocks, I guess. And yep, actually we're gonna fly backwards. And time.
You haven't seen the last of
Beautiful
me,
run.
Crash Bandicoot.
Well, appreciate the GGs.
Hey everybody.
Hello, CJ.
I saw donations and
Oh, choo choo.
Let's go.
big boy. All right, I'm leaving.
Shout out to CJ.
Out of curiosity, what was the RTA time?
I'll check that for you.
Very nice.
49.53.
Ooh, sub 50 RTA. That's really good. I imagine like a 45, 46, which only a minute or two off PB.
You nailed it. We'll just say it was PB anyways.
Yeah, I mean, oh my god, we PB'd in a marathon? This is insane, guys!
Wow.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Let's go. This goes out to everybody in chat.
But yeah, I actually, since it's right in this game, we're not really going to do too much setup time. I'm going to let this run for just a second while I have a special treat for everybody.
Oh? Curious.
I think I know what the special trait is. Considering it's just up and left, I think I know what it is.
No?
Yeah, some people in chat know it. Some people in chat know. Considering we have the animal showcase coming up.
Oh, true! I had completely forgotten about that. Good job,
You
chat.
know, no one said anything about showing off IRL animals.
In the meantime, I'm going to read a donation here. Another one by Spicy, $15. She says, this is my last one before I go back to no internet. I love you, Crunchy and Gaffey. Gaffey's not here, but we will let him know. You're doing great.
I love my chat so very much.
Hold on.
And they hooked it up with a sub goal. We're going to be doing the bonus incentive in a onesie. Let me get my headphones on so I can hear my lovely co-commentators. But yeah, with paws. It's very adorable.
Beautiful.
I may have just baited the entire chat into thinking that you're getting Shinji.
Oh, Shinji? Who dat? Nah. Actually, he likes to chew on... I don't know. Like, whenever I've tried to put it on, he's like all trying to climb into the legs and stuff. I think it's just because it's soft. But yeah, the animal showcase for NST. We showed off the much more superior Polar. Let's go through the entire trilogy now. So, C2 has just Polar. That's all it needs. C1, we'll go to last because it's kind of... Now, for Crash 3, I'm just going to load a previous save for ease. And I guess, you know, I should probably rock the hood. It's often contentious on whether Polar or Pura are better. And I'm about to show off Pura, but we all know who's superior.
Polar, right?
Obviously. Obviously. So, into Crash 3's Orient Express.
Well,
This thing is toasty. So Pura, well, very cute. I'll concede that. All you do is hold R1. It's kind of nice. You can do some things like jumping on the wall, breaking through these barrels, but you can also jump off the crates, which, when you're doing completion, not exactly a good thing. Polar, he's got that dumpy hitbox. He never misses a crate. Oh, and I clearly don't do this very much.
It's okay, it looks cute as hell.
But yeah, we're gonna ride the Great Wall a little bit. She's got hops. And then at the end, just kind of skirt around some siding and jump. It hasn't been found, but you give her a nice little cuddle at the end. Very cute. I think even if you could skip it, we probably wouldn't.
Why would you skip the hug?
For time save.
Yeah, but
Obviously.
it's the cuddle though.
There's some things you just don't skip.
Exactly. See, Crunchy gets it.
It's a Team Coco thing.
True,
It
true.
is.
Fortunately, we do get to stay as Coco during this portion. And here we go into the Dinosaur Levels, where we get to show off, well, an often neglected friend.
Ooh, I know who we're gonna go see.
Oops. That's alright, we don't need it. And here's Baby T. He kind of just, you know, runs around. You still don't get to jump on the lava. So what he does exactly, I'm not too sure of.
Sits there.
And in a
just
speed
is
run,
very
here's how
cute.
you use him. You don't. You just ignore him and go right past. Because clearly that's much faster.
So cute though.
And I've got one more for you guys. We're going to go to C1 so I can show off the hog.
Crash 1, best Crash.
Sure. Sure, man. I couldn't tell you the last time I played this game, so I was very thankful that I had a save file already. Tell him, bud. Tell him. All right, this is the hog. He does this. And for some reason, some people like him. He doesn't really control very tight. He hits boxes and he jumps. But I guess if you like Crash 1, maybe he's iconic. He does do one thing I find kind of funny, which I'm going to say is a mark down in my book. But let's see if I can show it off here. Coming up. Alright, so after this checkpoint, he's really cool in the fact that he can completely jump off of boxes. Yeah, breaking that? Nah, why would you want that? Hog. And yeah, so that's it. That's Hog Wild. That's NST the Animals. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Absolutely. They're all adorable.
The entire swine. Well, that's all the time I have, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the run. If you want to find me some more, my name is on the screen there, GaffeyTaffy. I still run C2 a bit. Hollow Knight has kind of taken over my life. Every now and then I also do the Purple Dog game, so a little bit of SRT. And yeah, I'm trying to do YouTube things a little bit, but check out the Twitch channel, maybe drop a follow, that'd be sick. Now I'll pass it off to you.
I'm just following you on Twitch right now. Give me 1 second.
Oh, well, thank you.
There we go. Boom. Well deserved. That was a great run. Plus, we got to see the animals. Extremely cute. Loved it. Shout out to everybody who donated. I wanted to finish reading one of the donations here by Spicy from earlier. It was another $15 donation, and she says, "This is my last one before I go back to no internet. I love you, Crunch and Gaffy. You're doing great. I've never seen this game being played, and now I want to try it. Love y'all, less than 3." Thank you so much, Spicy. I think she already had to leave, but
yeah, probably.
She knows. She's very.
She's watching in a food court with the Wi-Fi, so that's dedication right there.
Exactly. That's right. That's SDAT love.
And yeah, Crispy puts on a hell of a run. He's one of the best runners there is for C4, so you guys are in good hands.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so that's coming up. And just so you guys know, Coco is still in the lead, so it's looking like Crispy's going to have to play as Coco unless somebody wants to change that really quickly.
Nice.
It's going to happen. It's going to be a good one. And so we're just going to take another pause for the cause, and then we'll be back with C.
All right, am I off?